Okay.
Welcome everyone to the real room. Yeah, y'all, we gotta turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Welcome to the real room,
Hey,
everybody. This is Stanley Plants here tonight by myself. I had to kick a few people out the real room, so Kalanda's on a sabbatical this week. She wasn't living right, so yeah, we had to. Hopefully, she'll be repentant by next week, and we'll bring her back on. We'll see what happens. So yeah. But now we're gonna give people time to tune in and fill in. If you are coming in, please like and share the video. We have a great discussion for you tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I know that you all are. Some people have definitely been asking us questions about this topic and want to know what we're going to talk about and this and that and the other. So tonight we are doing Real Talk Live, but it is the Man Cave edition. We have a great discussion for you tonight. So I'm going to go to introduce our special guests that are joining us, and then we're just going to go ahead and jump into the topic. To my right and your left, I don't know what order it is on your screen, but the guy with the gray and red hoodie on is a Grammy Award winning artist here from the city of Jacksonville, a chart topping artist here from the city of Jacksonville. I've known him from middle school, high school, until he betrayed us and graduated from Forest. But anyway, none other than Mr. J Lyric. I'm not going to say his legal name because you won't find it nowhere on social media.
Thank you.
But Mr. J Lyric, go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Hey man, what's going on? It's your boy. I'm glad you didn't say my legal name because Stanley love to disrespect your craft.
Hey, well, I got the legal name in my phone, so what it is.
So what's
All
happening?
right. Who we got? Okay, the other one down here wearing this ugly Florida Gators hoodie. I mean, it's trash. Trash Florida
beautiful,
Gators hoodie. Don't worry, I'm gonna represent my team
beautiful.
before the end of the night. It's none other than the TD Jakes of this generation, the Jakes of this city. None other than my good friend, my brother, Mr. Howard McMillan, number 3. Go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Number 3, baby. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty well myself. Excited about the conversation we're about to have.
All right. And last but not least, the dude with the big beard at the bottom, as you all can see, he's the everybody know him as my best bud, but I mean you can't have a bros conversation without your best bud on the show. So he is the founder of Dapper Duval, took over the city with everybody in their suits and got a lot of great things going on with that. And man, so many accomplishments. I just feel like a proud father when I see him, going forth and doing great things. He's a product of my hard work and labor. None other than the elder Daryl Moore, the second. I gotta give you some respect. The second. The
Appreciate that.
second.
Appreciate that. Hello,
Go ahead and
everybody.
say.
Good to be here. I'm glad y'all included me in the talk. It's good to be best friends with somebody that's so well connected. I'm nervous about the talk tonight. Don't know what's gonna happen,
Don't be. Don't
but
be. Don't be.
we're gonna let the Lord have His way.
Oh my God. Now, okay, let me put this disclaimer out, y'all. Now, normally on the Real Room, y'all know, like last week we had Pastor Scales, and oh my God, he really killed. And we really had church. So this week we're gonna kind of backslide just a little bit, not that much, just to kind of balance it
No
out,
church. No church
But
tonight.
no,
No,
tonight won't
no
be
church.
church. So let me tell y'all
No church.
now, we're not gonna throw no scriptures out tonight.
But if it's
Um,
in
yeah, if it's in you, it's gonna come out, but that's not the plan tonight. We're gonna have a real talk discussion tonight. Everything goes, so please feel free, share your questions, share your thoughts. If you agree, if you don't agree, I mean, we all grown. Let's just talk about some stuff tonight, and let's get it. Let's get it. So again, please like and share the video. I'm telling y'all are in for a treat. This is probably going to be one of the realest shows ever. So tonight we are talking about the life of a high valued man. The life of a high valued man. Somebody made a comment on the real room. I ain't gonna call her name Sierra. But she made a comment and said, well, who are the high value men that y'all are interviewing on the real room?
Mm.
So my question is, as a high valued man, you know, all four of us are high value men. I would say so for myself. You know, but as high value men, do y'all feel like we get respected as high value men?
Mm.
Come on, just talk. We all grown. They not
Depends
gonna
on,
crucify you.
it depends. It depends on uh, where it's coming from. Uh, it depends on where it's coming from.
It depends on where it's coming from.
Yeah, I feel like some people respect us, some people don't. You know,
Hmm.
What? Okay.
I
I'm,
don't
I'm
believe.
Man, y'all playing it safe tonight. Y'all
Yeah.
playing it too safe tonight. I told y'all this ain't the church show tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I do not believe high value black men get respected because
Mm.
the only high value black men a lot of women notice are the athletes, are the entertainers, but the regular high value black men are not as in the public light, and so the regular high value black man is not the computer coder. He's not going to get that respect that they would give an athlete or an entertainer or a Grammy award winning artist like they lyric.
Hold on, bro. You breaking up. The devil is busy. The devil is busy. You breaking up. You got to repeat that last
He
sentence.
heard me. He heard me.
Mm.
The average black high value man is not going to get the same respect as a black man who has a blue check per se. If you got a blue check, you're gonna get that
Mm.
respect. But if you ain't got that blue check and you
Mm.
just a hardworking black man that make a decent living and you earn pretty high, you're not gonna get that respect. It's basically you got to prove yourself to me because who are you? And that's how they come up.
Oh, okay, we got a question that's coming in. Okay, two people want to know. Well, the first question is Sister Tot said define how value for clarification's sake. So Daryl is the one that's great with the words. He's the educator. I forgot to tell y'all that in his introduction.
I was actually about to ask the same question because a lot of people. Hold on, look. A lot of people have different definitions of high value. Some
What is
people
your
see it
definition then?
as the amount of money in your bank account. Some people see it as status, and some people see it as work ethic. Um, so you can be um, high value and nobody know it because there's no way to really define it, or people define it differently. So are
Mm.
we saying like how high value as because to be completely honest, it's very hard to be high value in society standards because we are minorities, one, and then we don't make the same wages as most people. We don't get the same opportunities, or we have the same opportunity to have those jobs and things like that, but um, reality is we don't have them. So in order for us to be high value, or are we just average? That's the reality check. Yeah, we're high value mentally because we have standards, we have beliefs. So who's really talking? So what are we talking about? I hate to be that guy, but let's not blow smoke. Are we really high value, or are we of value?
Are you asking that in general, or are you just is that
Um,
rhetorical, or are you just saying?
I want to see how real the conversation is. So because we don't want to say we're
I would
high
say,
value, have these standards, and have people respect us at a place that we really aren't at. Because there are people who
yeah.
have the money, have the status, have the
So
fame.
what would be your definition of high value then?
Whew, y'all get back to me. I what I'm talking about.
No, I just asked
All
you a
right,
question.
my
Y'all got to
definition.
forgive me,
No,
though.
you
This is
good.
how we really are off the record.
All right, my definition of high value is somebody who is rare. Because if there's somebody like you that can do the same thing, you're average. Not necessarily average, but you haven't surpassed a quota that somebody else can also match. So if I have a steady job, is it six-figure income? Is it a certain social status? Is it um fame, like what somebody who has influence. It's probably the easiest for us to attain is influence because there's a lot of social influencers and things like that.
Jamel,
I
let
think
me
it
ask
has to be
Jamel. What? Oh,
What's
I
go
think it
ahead.
has to
Go
be a
ahead, Howard.
mixture. I think it has to be a mixture of income, of, as Sierra said, your inner man
We not quoting
and
Sierra tonight.
your
No.
So we yeah,
but it has to be a mixture of your income, your public visit network, and it has, those things have to be tangible. You make a certain amount of money? Are you really rare? Because average is cool. There's nothing wrong with average at all. Average is not a derogatory term. But
absolutely.
to be considered rare, you have to be rare in your income. And what is rare income? A rare income is, you talking about 75, $80,000 a year. That's not necessarily considered high value from a lot of people's perspectives. But you're talking
Hmm.
about 80,000, you getting into a percentage that not a lot of black men make. And so income has to be there. Uh, Public notoriety has to be there to some extent. You ain't got to have a blue check or be the most popular person, but you have to have a combination of these things to be considered high value, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Jamel.
I knew that question was going to come up, especially when you got four black local guys, and then we're speaking about being high value. Of course, you going that's an open invitation for those type of questions. And like I said earlier, it depends on who it's from, you know. And like my man mentioned, everybody has a different interpretation of what value is. Like for instance, I value the gym. To me, I think that's important. You know what I'm saying? My physical fitness, being able to go and get that type of workout in. Some people don't think it's important at all. So does that make it less valuable? To them, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it doesn't. So I believe that value is a more of a perspective. You know what I'm saying? I don't think value has anything to do with your money. You can be the brokest person in the room and still be the most valuable person in the room. Why? Because you may have a gift that somebody don't have. You may have the wisdom that somebody doesn't have. It's not. It doesn't always equate to dollars or uh, social presence or anything of that nature. I think it really depends on the people that you're dealing with. Yeah, the blue check is valuable to a certain type of person. A certain woman or a certain man that thinks that those people are valuable because of the blue check. But you also have people who don't think that those people with blue checks are valuable at all.
Hmm.
So when it comes to quote unquote being a high value man, I think that has everything to do with who is viewing you. You know what I'm saying? So that's really my take on it. I feel like it depends on who's looking at you and what they think about you. You know, if we're talking about it from a relationship standpoint, you will want your significant other to believe that you're valuable regardless of your social status or your monetary gain. You know what I'm saying? You just want her to think that you're about she chose you and vice versa. She may not be the richest person or the prettiest person in the whole world, but to you she's valuable because she has something that you need or something that you desire from her or something that you can't live without. So that's what makes her valuable, you know. So I feel like we all got our own pieces of us that will make us valuable to somebody. We're not gonna be high value to everybody.
Of course not.
I'm gonna add to that and also piggyback off what Howard said. He was saying how when we hear the word average, we think it's derogatory or something bad. But just like Jamel was saying, value, I think it depends on the perspective of the viewer or whoever is uh, viewing you or perceiving you.
Yeah.
Because, and I think that's something that our society struggles with because we see high value and we want to attain something that's unattainable to us, and we aren't being real with what we can actually or what we actually have in front of us. To actually value something, I think something says where your treasure is, where your heart is, where your treasure will be, something like that.
That's what
Um,
the words say.
didn't see. I was trying not to go there,
It's
but you
okay. It's okay,
right.
Elder Moore. You got it, Elder Moore.
But yeah, what's valuable to you isn't always what's valuable to everybody else. And
Mm.
high value is something that's important to the consumer. So you have to look at the audience. I agree 100% with what Jamel said.
All right, we got a question. They want to know where the term high value comes from.
We just answered it. It comes
No,
from
what like I guess she's asking like where did that start? Like where did that originate from? I don't want to say the person name that I first heard it from because I already know y'all gonna be throwing tomatoes at
I
us.
already know. I already know
Might as
what
well.
you do, but I like them. You
Oh
know,
Lord.
I like. Uh,
You ain't the only one, bro.
I
uh,
mean, I agree with
It's been
99.9% of the stuff that he says.
I agree with about 97. I'm gonna give myself a
You
little,
gotta get 97. Okay,
a
I'm
little
like at 99. I ain't gonna say 100. I don't
because
know.
I'm wrong sometimes. But
I'm gonna ask Pastor McMillan. What is this term high value? See, he can handle the pressure. He can handle the pressure. Where did this term come from?
it is it's been around before the popular YouTuber. Let us just say that and establish that it's been around way before him. But to the black community, it just became real popular. And y'all gotta forgive me. I keep looking up at my TV because I'm watching Boston beat the Nets. They finna get swept. But
Are you serious?
the
Wow.
term, yeah, they finna get swept. They up by
Okay.
they playing replay. They up by like 7, 8 points, 2 minutes left.
It's the
But
man cave. That's
the
what we
the
do.
yeah, exactly. That's what we do. That's what we do. 2 minutes
Mhm.
left. They up six. Boston up six. But the term is it's been around when men speak and just went in the dating world. The term has been around, but of course, Mr. Sanders he made it popular in the black community within the last year and a half. Um, and so the term is popular. That's where it comes from to a lot of us. That's where a lot of us were introduced to the term from his show.
Somebody asked a question earlier. I think it was Marvin when we was talking about do you feel like as a high value man that you're respected? Her question was, do y'all respect yourselves?
Us personally, or
I
black
guess she was
men, or
saying, I assume she was saying, it like saying that you don't, if you don't feel respected by other women or other people in the community by being a high value man, quote unquote, do you at least respect yourselves though? Or do you, because somebody asked me one thing, like if somebody don't respect you, does that make you not respect you? Okay, you still respect yourself even though somebody else don't respect you.
of course, like I
Of
don't.
course, I
I mean, I
respect myself.
can.
Yeah,
Okay,
I live by this policy. Can't nobody whoop my mind. So it's really hard to really, and I did say behind. It's really hard for me. I'm just saying.
hey, we too
I'm
old. We
just
too old
saying.
to be fighting.
Yeah, we
I'm
too
too old to
old.
be
We too
fighting,
old.
and
Hey,
I don't spend
yeah.
too much money on what's on my hip to be fighting.
Hey, and I just got Django a month ago. Ain't used Django yet.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting, looking for a reason. But no, I get. I mean, I think that But to be honest, I think there are a lot of men that don't respect themselves because, and we're gonna keep it real tonight. I've known guys to be in relationships with women, and women just talk down on them, and treat them like a kid, and this
yeah,
and that, and they don't. And they, in our eyes, they could necessarily be what would be labeled as a high value man. They may have the jobs, they may have the cars, they may be a good provider, and all of that, great husbands. But I've seen women like treat their husbands like crap or treat the old man that they with like crap. You
that's
know what I'm
because
saying?
yeah.
that's because to her, he's not high value.
Mm.
I
So
agree.
like we just said, bro, the value comes from the consumer. It comes from their perspective. So to her, whatever he may have, the money, the house, the car, all that, but he doesn't have what she values. because she's the one who really determines if it's valuable or not to her. Now, like she asked, do we respect ourselves and stuff, and do we value ourselves? Yeah, that's different. Us valuing ourselves is completely different from what somebody else sees in us or what somebody else sees as valuable from us. So we can't expect them to treat us how we would treat ourselves, because we see that we're quote unquote valuable, but to them we just don't have what they value at the end of the day, you know. So that's all it was. If they getting talked down on, they just don't see that person as valuable
Mm.
to them. That doesn't make them non-valuable. That,
And
I
think
like the
once
response. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think once a man, the older a man gets, the more respect he'll have for himself. I think we all have come to a place to where we can remember when we didn't really know who we were, and we would probably put up with some stuff or be a certain kind of way, whether it's dating or with
Hmm.
other relationships, friendships, or whatever. And we didn't command as much respect as we do now. Um, but every man has, I believe, or should have an epiphany the older he gets, and he'll begin to respect himself a little more. So it doesn't mean that we haven't behaved in ways that it seemed like we didn't respect ourselves. It just means we got a little more respect for ourselves now, and we had to grow into it.
Dr. Moore, the
Uh,
mic you about to bust open over there.
nah, listen, I agree, and I feel like if you can't be of value to anybody if you don't have respect for yourself, because you'll be a doormat. And I think
Yes,
the most lowest you can be is a doormat for somebody else. And if you don't value yourself and pick yourself up to be more than a doormat, you'll never be of value to anybody. So you have to respect yourself enough for people to have to, because the doormat, you don't have to step up to walk over it. But anything above the doormat, you gotta respect it. You gotta acknowledge that it's there. So if I respect myself even enough to be a stool, I'm of value to something of more than something that you just walk over.
Hmm. Oh, you just want to preach tonight, don't you?
he want to preach.
You want to preach? Go ahead and put your cash up so we can see your offer. How about that?
Hold on, give me a
That's what
second.
you. All right. So, y'all again, if y'all are watching, if y'all are tuned in and y'all in the live, please ask your questions. We'll try our best to talk about it, discuss it. Nothing's off limits. We're gonna keep it real, as always. So, man, I had another question I was just gonna throw out there. So, we talked about the respect. So, what are some of the like unnecessary expectations? Because I know nowadays, for y'all that don't know, we really have a variety tonight on the show. We have Howard, who's been married for a while now. We have Jamel, who can kind of, he probably don't mind me saying, well, he said on the real room before, he's been married, and because of him, he's the reason why let me stop, but he's been married before. You got Daryl and myself, we've never been married, but so all of us are literally coming from different pages of life. So let me ask you this: as men that's really trying to be men of value, and especially in this generation, and I would say we're still young. We all in our well, y'all are in y'all 30s. I'm not there yet,
I'm in mine.
but
I'm not 30 yet.
yeah, all y'all are crossed over. What are some of the unnecessary expectations that you all felt? As men that are trying to be positive, that's trying to be, high value, role models. What are some of the unnecessary expectations that you felt like you had to deal with, or you kind of had to work through, and all of that?
That's a good question, man. You asking some tough questions.
yeah, that's a
Hey,
tough.
I would
I would
say
go ahead.
the whole. It's not all women. I have to say that. I have to say those things now. It's not all women, but the whole.
You always got to say that. You always got to say that. You always got to say that because they gonna come. Let's hit this
Don't
thing.
throw the
We know all
tomatoes.
y'all
Don't
got
throw
to
the
say this.
tomatoes, y'all. Don't throw the
Listen, oh
tomatoes
my
at my boy.
God,
But the whole.
man,
The man needs to take care of everything in the household. I can't. I can't deal with that. I just can't get down with that. I know they. We live in a
What do you
different,
mean? What do you mean? Like completely
like,
take care of everything or just
yes,
bills?
like all the bills, and we don't live in a time where the houses were, $300 mortgages. You know,
Hmm.
they are now $3,000 mortgages. You know, and the reason I don't really agree with it is because nah, I'm not even gonna go there tonight.
Man, go there, man. It's real. I got your back, dog. Ain't
I
nobody
got,
gonna say that to you.
I got my
Ain't
back.
nobody gonna.
Yeah, I got my. All right, so check it.
This our show. We say we want to say. Go
You
ahead.
know, women like to holler about men taking care of everything and being the sole provider and stuff of this nature, and because that's how it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
But they like to pick and choose how it's supposed to be. A man's supposed to take care of all the bills in the household, but when it comes to laying down with your man every night and making sure his food is prepared every night, then we have all these rebuttals as to why they can't do it. Oh, because we're working the same amount of hours and we're doing all this. What happened to equality? They want equality when it's benefit. That's a,
Mm.
that's the issue. They don't want it across the board. They want it when it's beneficial for them. When it's
You know,
been as far as competitive wages, when it comes to the workforce and doing manual things around home. But when it comes to, you know, cooking and cleaning and what we would depict as the woman's duties in the house, even if we say that, even if we say it's the woman's duties in the house, we're gonna get an uproar. But it's the man's duties to take care of the house.
Mm.
That's probably the biggest issue that we have in our relationship community these days.
Who that? D, what you got?
Can you ask the question again? Because I think, well, from hearing him, I went kind of off the topic. I don't
So,
want to change the topic.
oh, you ain't hear the question I asked.
I did, but
All right.
You kind of
The
went off.
question is, the question is, what are some of the unnecessary expectations
okay.
that are out there for quote unquote high value man?
Um, so again, this is not with all women, but I believe like, it's very common to feel the burden as a young man that the expectation is you got to chase, you got to initiate, you have to pay, and you have to be able to do that consistently. I seen somewhere where it was an amount that you should be able to, foot for dates. It was like four something, or it's like between 200 to 400 is a decent date, and I think that expectation is very um, unreasonable.
Wait a minute, pause. 2 to 400 for that night?
Yes, but
Let me mute because I'm about to.
that's why I say not all women, but I have heard not all women, but I have heard that before, and I have experienced some people who had expectations on the date, and but I think so. In knowing that you don't, as a young man, you don't want to think that you have to have things to get a relationship. You don't have to put things out first to get a relationship. If you want, I want my younger self to know, hey, what matters most in the relationship is you and that person's communication, you and that person's bond, and it doesn't matter if you can't foot a bill of a certain amount, and this person expects it, that's not the person for you. That's what I would tell my younger self. But I think that is probably the biggest expectation that I think is unnecessary is that you have to be such a provider to somebody that's not your wife, to like a girlfriend or somebody that you're just courting. It's tough because they, am I seeing-
Pow, pow.
and I'm a lot of people that know me. I'm really nice, and I'll end up doing it without thinking about what's being done to me. I'm saying too much.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
yeah,
Say that last part.
But
yeah.
I've learned so much. I've learned so much. I'm such a better person through my experiences. Um, I wish there was somebody who had experienced the dating pool before me and they say, "Hey, Daryl, you don't need to do all that. Just
But
chill."
but
You
the dating pool is
know,
totally,
somebody peed in it, right?
yeah.
Somebody told
It's
me.
definitely peed in. It's definitely peed in. Go ahead, Howard. You was about to say something.
Man, um, I
I
like
got a
what
minute
y'all
because I
just
want
said.
to say.
I like what y'all just said. I would think an unfair expectation of men these days is to be not only the provider, because I'm cool with that, honestly. I'm okay with that now. Um, but to be the provider and the therapist and
Mm,
the daddy because you got daddy issues, and to be the plumber, and you got to be the yard man. Like you got to be so much, and it's unfair. Like men ain't that hard. We ain't that complicated. We got 2 or 3 things on our checklist and we cool. But for them, it seems like we supposed to be all this stuff. And that's very unfair. If you want me to be there emotionally and help you with all this and all that, don't be asking me, don't expect me to pay everything or to pay the bulk of the bills. If you want to be modern and and be equal, let's be equal, baby. Let's be equal. or, or if you want to be traditional, we can be traditional, and you know what I'm saying, maybe that'll work for us. But it's unfair to want a traditional man, but you're not a traditional woman. I think
mm.
that's a very unfair expectation for men. And once again, not all women.
Yeah, I think that's an important conversation to have up front too. Like, what do you expect? Do you expect a traditional man? Well, actually, not all women, but I think most women want a traditional man. Uh,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of traditional men. So I feel like I'm a traditional man, so I'm not speaking for it. But if you expect men to be traditional and you're not modern, and you don't give that man an opportunity to communicate what his reality is, then you're expecting a man to foot bills and he's only wanting to pay half, or he wants you to pay what you want. Like if you want certain cars and certain things, okay, you deal with that. That's on you. Some men think like that, but some men have that understanding of everything about my house. I want to pay for it, and my wife, if she works, she
But hold on, y'all. What if she got a child or two? You pay for that child too?
Now serving number 5.
What if she got a child?
Next.
So I've been in a place where you experience such harsh realities in dating, and you feel like that's what you got to deal with because it's hard to find people without kids for real. And it's almost a shock sometimes when you find somebody that doesn't have kids that is level headed, and it's so we
Man,
almost get to a place where we have to be like, yeah, it looks like that's what's gonna be. I have to settle, but we shouldn't. We really shouldn't have to settle.
man, hold on. Plex, you man, stop playing, bro.
I'm
If
serious, bro.
if she bad enough, you
She
you
gotta be like, I'm talking about, you gotta be like Megan
Megan
Good, Keisha Cole, Sanaa
if she
Lathan. I
if she
mean,
bad enough,
you gotta be like a 10 plus, not even just a 10, 10 plus. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And D know me for this. D'll tell you this. If I see a girl or whatever, this or that, cool. If I find out she got a kid, what I'll be like, D. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Cause I don't have kids. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't, that's an
yeah,
adjustment for me in my life. Like, I ain't got
yeah.
time to be like, hey, you wanna go out? Well, hold on, I gotta find a babysitter, or I can't go nowhere to babysit, stuff like that. And I ain't knocking women that have kids. I just know for me personally, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. Now, and I get it. Everybody done made. I heard a person say this before. I'm not gonna say their name because y'all gonna throw tomatoes at us. But let me put my disclaimer up. Everybody, we got to put our disclaimer up tonight. But what I'm saying is, I get it. Everybody, you made your decision.
Mm.
Some women have made their decisions to have children, and there are some men that have made their decisions not to have children until they're married or whatnot. But don't expect every man to, and same thing with men. You can't expect people to just automatically accept all of that if just because you made the decision to do that. That's not completely fair. And it don't. I had a few girls tell me one time they thought I was selfish for saying that, but I'm like, it was my choice. Now, could I have had a baby by now? Absolutely. Dang, I should have said that.
Hold
But
on, but hold
anyway,
on, hold on. Hey, check this out. Y'all wrong, man. Y'all wrong. So y'all telling
yeah, get
me,
me out of this, bro. Get me out of this.
look,
Hurry up.
I'm
Hurry
gonna
up.
give, I'm gonna make you deeper. So y'all telling me she don't increase with her experience and her being a mother. Her attraction doesn't increase. Her value doesn't increase.
I want to give this I'm not gonna give this analogy. I'm not
Jay,
gonna give this
why you
analogy.
laughing?
I'm gonna let Jamel go. You go ahead, Jamel, answer that because they're gonna stone me tonight for my response. So go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Her having kids got to do with her value increasing. Like that's just funny.
No, I think the main thing he said was experience. I don't think it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
Okay,
her experience.
nah, either she valuable or she not to you. I'm gonna say to you. Nah, you know, I've had women because I got kids. You know what I'm saying? So I've had women that didn't want to date because I got kids, and that don't mean that I'm not valuable. I done had women that I've dated that I felt wasn't, you know, receptive of my children and of my situation. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like she made me feel like I wasn't good enough for her. You know what I'm saying? But and what had me questioning me when at the end of the day, that's just her preference. And that's cool. He got a preference and that's absolutely fine. He can have a preference. He don't like she got a baby, she out the door. I know women who are like that. But
I know
nobody
a lot of women like that.
exactly. So you can be the same way. I ain't hey, if she got kids, don't talk to family. You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad it is.
Unless, wait, let me put this out there. Unless,
You got tattoos.
yeah, you gotta have tattoos, and you gotta be a 10 plus, so 11s and up.
Yeah, I don't think he was
Yeah.
shaming. He wasn't shaming women for having kids. He was just saying that he prefers not to date a woman with kids.
That's just me. Like I said, and I ain't saying, hold on. I'm not
Here they
got
come
to
with
put our disclaimer up again tonight.
what
And
he.
I'm not saying that it's bad, and I get it because you got women that's been married and they're divorced. You got women that are our age that are widowed. Maybe their husbands died. You
You
got
also
women that was in a committed relationship with a dude for a long time and then things just didn't work out or whatever. So I get that.
and
But
also add you have women that were raped in certain situations.
yeah, absolutely.
We are very understanding of that.
But I know for me personally, if y'all know me in real life seriously, like y'all know my patience with children is like
Man, that is your
that.
Well,
preference.
And
and
that's
that's
my preference.
understandable.
To have a preference,
That's
you don't have
that's
to date
Yeah.
women that got
It's
children.
yeah.
That's okay. They don't
I'm
date.
serious.
They date men that got kids. They don't date the men that got multiple baby moms. They have women have preferences for everything.
Wait, bro. Not all women.
Not yeah, not all women. No, period.
Don't forget our disclaimer tonight.
Every woman,
Everybody has
got a preference.
Hmm.
So and a lot of women have preferences on men with kids, men with multiple baby moms, men that
Hmm.
look this way, men that do this. They got preferences all the time, and we don't jump down their throats and be like, "Oh well, I can't wait to you." You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like that's their preference. That's their preference. So we can have preferences as well. If you are a man that don't want to date a woman that got children, that's ain't nothing wrong with that. You a single man with no kids. I want to date a single woman with no kids.
yeah.
and I'm a add. it's cool to have a preference, and it's your right to have a preference. It's also your right to speak on your preference.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like a lot of times we get shot down because we say we don't like because you had a bad experience. I'm sorry, I'm not there, but we have a right to have a preference. And I feel like not to shame or not all women, but a lot of times we get put down for being vocal about what we want.
Yeah. And I think this is what I can't stand that these days men get put down for just being vocal, period. They're so used to a man being quiet. And so whenever a man comment on anything that they disagree with, is oh y'all like women. Or do y'all even like women? Y'all must like men. What? That's stupid. That it sounds so dumb. And y'all be sounding dumb when y'all
Not
say
all
that
women,
dumb.
bro. Not all women.
Y'all be sounding dumb. Oh, y'all don't even like women. Y'all don't want him to protect his wife because he went up there and said, y'all sound dumb. Whatever we say that they don't agree with, they gotta throw us jabs. Like it'd be so stupid, man. Go ahead, man.
That was gonna be my next question though, to throw out there. I think women don't understand. We as men, we have preferences too. Like, truth be told, we have options, and just like women feel like, they can, you know, have preferences and standards and stuff. We as men, we have those same standards too. So,
I like that word. I like that word standard.
yeah, standards. See, yeah, like me, I have a type. Now I'm not as public about. I'm this type of person I am. If I'm dating, and every girl that I've dated can tell you this, I don't post who I'm dating on social media. We don't post pictures because the saints are petty. Then next thing you know, they send it a girlfriend request trying to figure out who she is and all in her inbox and stuff like that. Y'all need to stop doing that. That's wrong. But anyway, I don't do that because I like to get to know the person and things like that. So that's just me. But those that are really close to me, if they know I'm talking to somebody, like I have a preference. There's a certain size I like. There's a certain type I like. There's a certain, it's just a certain preference that I have. So you can't get offended, if you approach and I'm not interested because that's my preference. And I don't think, hold on, I got to say something. Oh, wait a minute. I got to put my disclaimer right. Not all women, but I notice most women, they get upset when you don't show interest in them, but y'all got to respect the fact that we have preferences too.
I don't think they can handle rejection like we can. We've been rejected our whole life, whether it's sports, whether it's like we had to work for value. Men have to work for value. Women have to preserve their value. And so we've been told the truth since we were boys. And a lot of women aren't rejected and not told the truth until they get out here in this world.
I was gonna add,
They don't believe that? No,
do you prefer to be approached nowadays or to approach?
What was the
That's for
question?
y'all. I'm married. That's for y'all. I'm married.
Okay.
Do I prefer to be approached or to approach?
I'd rather be approached.
Well, you
Why?
get approached all the time. You're an artist, Jamil. So
I'd rather be approached. But nah, it's just you know, if they approach you, then the interest is really there. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to us trying to shoot our shot at these women who we can't even do that. They most women are rude. We can't even. I'd rather be approached because I don't do well with rejection. Period. So like they don't even you can make a compliment them or something. They don't even respond to you. They don't respond. They ignore you. Then now you thirsty. I'm only gonna once.
then you pay for their stuff at a restaurant and they just walk out. Don't even say thank you.
Oh no. See,
You
no.
open the door for them when they walk in the door. They just look at you like, yeah, you should have.
Right. They don't even say thank you. They have no gratitude.
Oh yeah, that has happened to me plenty of times. Like,
Well,
dang,
I'm glad.
it's hard out here, bro.
I
It's
did.
hard in these streets. It ain't. It
I
ain't.
opened the door for somebody one time, and she didn't say thank you. I was just like, "You welcome," and she looked back at me like, "What you talking about?" Like, you got you.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I put this story up a couple of I think it was like last year. I put it on Facebook. It was late at night. The girl, I was putting air in my tires, so a young girl walked up to put air in her tire. It was late, like 10:30 at night. So I was like, hey, how about you get in the car and I'll put the air in your tire for you? Oh no, 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 I don't need no man to do that for me. My daddy taught me how to do this and I got this. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm like, whoa. I was just trying to be nice.
Can't be nice.
It's
Can't be,
Equality.
hey, you can't be nice unless you got a blue check.
not all women.
Oh, I need to get a blue check then. That might be what it is.
Equality. They
Then I'm
want
on Facebook.
equality.
Wow, that's crazy. But I think, yeah, I don't think people really understand. Like we have standards, we have ideas, like just like women do, men have it, as well. And I think a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women need to learn how to, respect that about us. If if you don't meet our standards, you just don't meet our standards. And that's okay. I'm not trying to sound harsh. I'm just being honest.
But in
Am
their
I sound harsh on him?
nah,
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, got you.
no,
In
man. No, they got standards over the dumbest stuff.
Yeah, they really do.
Over height, something a man can't control. If we 5'5", we 5'5". Like we can't control that.
I'm
But
for
let a man have a standard, and he don't want you to be
Yeah, he like boys then.
exactly, exactly, ex- exactly.
Or he'll never get married. He must be on don't want to get married. I get that all the time. You'll never listen, I would love let me say this. I would love to be married, but I'm not gonna be married and be around here like regretting that and I get it, ain't no marriage perfect and all of that. But like I wanna be able to say I'm married and I was happy when I got married. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I hold to my standard. I don't care. If it take me to be 40, 50 years old, I'm gonna hold on.
I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. Noel Platts.
No. I'm gonna be Marvin Winans. I ain't gonna wait that long. I'm gonna do like Marvin Winans. I ain't gonna wait that long.
Okay.
Yeah, Marvin's still like early 60s. So yeah, I'm gonna do like Marvin. I ain't gonna go that long like
Hold
Noel.
on, Stanley. Wait, hold on what you can, brother.
Man, I'm telling you, but it is honestly. Go ahead, D. What you was about to say?
Well, now I was just gonna say in women's defense. I mean, because they can't fend for themselves right now. In their defense, there's a lot of
He had to be that
men.
guy, didn't
Yes, yes. Oh, and I'm not trying to be
he?
either.
We're not bashing tonight. Go ahead.
But like in their defense, there are a lot of men that they probably had to weed through who aren't all there. So it's hard for them to be able to see at surface or at superficial level who
You
is
don't think we have to weed through women as well?
absolutely. But on this platform, just for right now, I want them to hear that we understand that it's difficult for them to, know who to accept. But I think more times out of a lot, we experience very distasteful attitudes when we approach. And I don't know, I can't really fully say it's the man's fault that they act like that, but I think this because they talk so much. Not all women, they talk so much about their bad experience, and they just project that bad experience and own it as their own because they heard somebody else experience something bad. My personal opinion, I think a lot of women have an experience. Whoa.
I got you, bro. Okay, go ahead.
I'll just say I feel like some women, not all women, haven't really experienced some of the trauma that they've heard, but they have manifested it and they have taken on the trauma or the emotional trauma that other women have spoken about. And
Yeah.
we are treated with the effects of somebody else's issue that they didn't really experience. So now that you experience something with a black man, all black men are the same because your females in the salon talked about this one black man.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's true. Because most men I know, they'll do anything for their wife or their woman, and they I don't want to use the term simp, but they simp for their wife. Even me, I simp for my wife. I put gas in her car the other day.
I
Like
don't for no woman.
I simp for my wife. My wife deserves it. But I say that to say most men I know would do that, and so I agree now that a lot of women be listening to their friend who got hurt, and they be on guard even though they never experienced that stuff.
Trying to protect themselves, which is understandable, but you cannot live through somebody else's. You can't live through somebody else's trauma as your own. I'm not saying that right, but I think you'll
That'll
understand.
preach right there. I need to write that down. Tell your neighbor. No, no, that's the truth though, bro. And I totally agree. You know, that's not fair to really penalize somebody for something that somebody else has done. And I like what Howard said earlier in the thing. He was like, they expect men to be, you know, the therapist or to be that dad that you never had growing up. You know, that's not really fair because, you know, everybody kind of growing together. Everybody coming with, you know, we all coming on with things and stuff that we got to work through. So it's not fair to put all that pressure. And I know as men, especially as young black men, you know, a lot of us was raised as, you know, be tough, go through it, deal with it. You know, it's life. It is what it is. We're not really taught to express our emotions. I knew a girl one time. She didn't care for a dude that would express how he felt. She felt like he was whiny. I ain't got time for all that whining. And I'm like, well, are you at least listening to the man? Like, if the man pouring out his heart to you, telling you how you feel, and you telling him he's whining, like, come on, man, that ain't right. But that's just how society makes it seem. I'm just saying. So
That's just how we keep saying that, not all women, you know what I'm saying? And what I've learned in my experiences
hmm
is that it ain't all women. It really ain't. You actually will. It's at some point we have to start taking accountability, you know, about the women that we surround ourselves with. Like we spoke on earlier about, you said how you feel like they value the blue check or the man of status. Certain type of women value that. Certain type. But it's also certain type of women that value more things of substance, you know,
hmm
and you know, because me personally, I have a high value woman, and we discuss the same stuff that we discuss here. We talk about it all the time, and we don't always agree, because I'm like Stanley. I'm a Kevin Samuels fan. She hates
I didn't say I was a fan, bro.
she hates
You done
Kevin
threw me
Samuels,
under the bus.
right? She, but she hates Kevin Samuels, right? But I agree with a lot of stuff that he says, and sometimes she doesn't always agree. But that's okay. We don't always have to agree. You know what I'm saying? But my opinion is always respected. You know, as well as hers. So us as men, especially men who call themselves high value men, we have to be more selective in the people that we surround ourselves with. So,
Mm,
and we don't have to
that's
worry
true.
about you know them nagging or dealing with a certain type of woman who gets offended or who feels some type of way about
Mm,
certain things because we're not dealing with that type of woman. You know what I'm saying? A real woman gonna understand that. Okay, well, back in the day, mortgage was $200. Now mortgage is 5,000. I don't expect you to do that all by yourself because I am your partner and I do value you and I know how hard you work. So why would I want to extort you that way? Because that's what it is. Any woman that will sit back and let her man take care of everything because he's the provider and she's capable, that's extortion, man. Because as a partner, we're supposed to help each other, you know. So if she's not doing that, then and every man doesn't need that type of help. He may need his help in another way, you know what I'm saying? But that's all about understanding the person that you're dealing with and y'all partnership, whatever y'all partnership is.
mm,
We put too much emphasis on what society wants us to think and what we want them. They like the traditional and who cares? Whatever works for you is what works for you. Like I say, everybody has different values. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you may have a woman that, hey, I want my man to pay every bill in the house. That's the type of man that she values. You may have a woman that say, hey, I don't mind meeting my man in the middle. Because if I meet him in the middle, the more that we can do for each other. So it's all about the type of person that you're dealing with, man. And as high value men, we have to do better, like I said, at surrounding ourselves with better people.
that's a good point, bro. That was deep. I see my gift rubbing off on you. That's what it is. That's what it is. Now, I do want to say this. Um, being being single and I don't want to say in and out of relationships, but being single,
And dating.
Yeah, dating.
dating. Well, nowadays they feel like dating is a relationship. So, but being single and in and out of things, even like myself, I have now a couple of years ago, like you couldn't tell me nothing. Like I thought I was like the best catch in the world. Like, hey, I'm young, I ain't got no kids, got a decent job, I ain't been to jail. Like I got, I'm just a clean cut dude. But I had to realize, as I got older, like there's still some changes and adjustments that I need to make on myself personally because I didn't, because sometimes being like that can cause you to be a little self-righteous, a little arrogant, you know what I'm saying? And have you thinking like you to jump. Now, don't think I'm finna like belittle myself though, just so you can be more comfortable, but I am aware of that. But because especially in the church, you being young in the church, everybody feel like you want to date a woman that's gonna be the next first lady of your church, or and all of that. And it's so annoying, y'all. That's really not a lot of our types. I just want to throw that out there. So if y'all trying to hook us up with women in the church, that yeah, we're not interested. I'm sorry.
You like thug girls?
I mean, hey, seriously, make good. I'm gonna keep claiming it till it comes to pass. But I really believe Megan Good belongs to me. I really believe God wants me to have Megan Good. That's why I didn't work with Devon.
The Bible
Cause
says
see,
every
because
good
come
and
on
perfect
here.
gift
The Bible says if you find a wife, you find a good thing.
good.
Come on. So I'm just saying. But if Megan don't work, I'll settle for Keisha Cole. Me and Keisha go back. So hey, but no, seriously, I grew up in a house, and I'll just say this. I know my mom don't care and my aunts, but the women in my family were alpha women. So they wasn't to the point where they were running our dads and stuff like that. But they knew how to speak up. They knew how to defend their households as well. They knew how to, put, what I'm saying? They did equal work. Just it was never this person competing with that person and this and that and the other. So when I'm not looking for a woman like I'm Coming to America when Eddie Murphy was like bark like a dog, hop on one leg. What type of food you like? Like a lot of us guys are really not interested in that type of woman. We like to. I like to know what you think. I like to know what's your favorite food. I like to know what you like to do. If we dating and every time we call, I'm the only one talking, it ain't that the dating process ain't gonna
Yeah.
last long at all. Or we are going somewhere and we on a road trip and I'm talking the whole way while we driving and you just sitting there, yeah. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna whip that phone out, go through those contacts.
What you doing?
What you doing? WYD question mark. So I'm just saying. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yes. Haywood is right. I want a hot girl. Always have. Always have one of the hot girls. You got to have to come to church one day with red hair. Next day come with blue hair. Got tats on your neck. Come on, man. Please.
They come with a price, bro.
Exactly. I know. But I tell you what, if we got into some trouble, she gonna go down with me. I tell you that though. So yeah, go ahead, D. What you at? You was finna say something?
No, earlier, but that moment's passed. I'll let it go.
Oh, my bad. Why you stop me?
Because somebody said something about accountability, and I think it's important for us to
That was
be.
Jamel that said that.
Yeah. But yeah, we can go on to something else.
Now that was a good point though, because I totally agree with that. Like if you do consider yourself high value, then you do need to be mindful of your surroundings and things like that. Be mindful of your circles and stuff like that. So that's the first time I actually heard somebody say that when it comes to high value man. So my bad. Shout out to Jay Lyric. I forgot I said the other
Been
name.
calling me Jamel all night, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I have. Jay Lyric. So I get it. All right, y'all. We got one more, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. If y'all have any more questions, comments, please feel free to put it in there. We got just maybe another minute or two, then we're gonna wrap it up. But I know y'all enjoying this tonight. So let me ask you this final question, and all of y'all can answer this. What encouragement can we leave to our fellow young black brothers out here trying to make it in these streets. Whoever want to go first?
You are the catch, brother. You are the cat. You are valuable. You got this. You have standards as well. Uphold those standards. You know, you can be picky. You can, voice your preferences. You don't have to settle. We ain't degrading nobody. Look, I got my lady in the corner, man. She just been caviaring all day. It's it's you don't ain't we not degrading nothing.
Hey, hey, focus. We focus.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
valuable, bro. We are kings, bro. We like you said earlier, we got options. We have options. We what's the ratio of woman to man? I'm just gonna say that. I don't have to go into the numbers. That speaks for itself. So we don't have to settle for nothing. They don't settle for much. We don't have to settle for anything, man. So any type of woman that doesn't fit your your standard, your what I'm saying, whatever your preference is, whether that be with kids, without kids, whether that's white, black, skinny, whatever it is, you can stand on that, and you can find somebody who's gonna appreciate you for who you are, and who's gonna see your value. You know, you may not be what you may not make the six figures or be the social influence, or you may not have it all together. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna find somebody that sees the value that you do have, man. And we have it. As a man, we gifted. So stand on those gifts. That's what I got to say.
I will go next. I will say this. I agree 100%. 100%. Man, you are the catch. If a man is taken out of the home, that child is 9 times more likely to go to prison. 9 times or plenty times more likely as a female to run away from home and to do what we call end up on a stripper pole, or what we know today as OnlyFans. When the man is taken out of home, when the man is taken out of home, the child has so much less of a chance to or opportunity to graduate from high school, and these are statistics. And so, man, you are the catch. Man, you are the prize. But I will say this: when you find your prize, don't be scared to settle down. Don't be scared to settle down when you find your prize. And in that settling down, be honest, be truthful with that lady, because with you being a man of value, she gonna take you to the next level because she's an asset to you, or she should be an asset to you. But yeah, don't be afraid to settle down with the right one. She will take your life to the next level. You give her groceries, she make it a meal. You give her a house, she make it a home. You give her seed, she give you beautiful kids. That's my part.
Well, I'm not married, but I have experienced dating and relationships, and I feel like I'm in a place where I'm ready to be married. So I would say to the younger gentleman, focus on yourself. Don't look to be married, or don't look to be or to have a companion right off the bat. If you're not prepared mentally to, carry somebody, if you're not prepared emotionally, financially to carry somebody, if they already have expectations, you have somebody that's going to depend on you or something like that. So that's why I say focus on yourself. Not necessarily to say disregard other people, but the most important thing and the best person that you can help is yourself. When you're in an airplane, and the airplane's going down, they say put your mask on first. Um, but a lot of times society makes you feel the pressure of being in a relationship because you're a man, and if you're not in a relationship, there's something wrong with you. But you have to fix and make sure that you are all together before somebody can latch themselves on to your purpose, what you see as your potential. And if you get your train moving and going, all your help meet will do is latch on to what your vision is and help you meet the goal. So I would say, focus on attaining what you feel your purpose is. Don't look to only be in a relationship and have no substance. But make sure you build yourself as much as you can, and grow yourself so that you could have something to impart and be the covering of your household.
Covering. That's another message we'll
All
preach that
fellas,
later.
MOB, get money.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all joining us on tonight. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Man Cave. The original name was supposed to be the Bat Cave, but by the time the flyer got out, couldn't change it. So that's why I'm wearing the Batman shirt. Shout out to Batman. But anyway, but appreciate y'all joining in tonight. Want to give a shout out to my boys, the Dr. Howard McMillan III, the Elder Daryl Moore II, and Jay Lyric. See, I got it right. I got it right. But again, y'all listen. Calendar will be back next week. We'll have another great topic for you all. And I do want to say this: if you all have any topics or discussions that y'all would like the Real Room to talk about, please inbox us. You can email us. You can reach out to Calendar, shoot her a DM. Reach out to Calendar, shoot her a DM. Reach out to Calendar, shoot her a DM. And let us know some of the topic discussions that you all would like to hear. We don't mind discussing those things, or any ideas and things like that. We really don't mind. This show is really geared towards to us and our generation. Just talk about real stuff. So don't forget to meet us next week. Also, let me say this too. We do have a YouTube channel, and we need you all to help us get the subscriptions up on the YouTube channel. So if you all are on YouTube, I want you to please go to YouTube, search The Real Room. Please like it, subscribe to the page. We have updates on YouTube. Every show that you see here is on YouTube live, so you can go back and find it. You know, for the last few years, a lot of our content is on there as well. But please help us get our subscriptions up on the YouTube channel as well. So, all right, y'all, I'm out. Y'all got anything y'all want to say? Any announcements? Anything? Jamel, you got something coming up?
MOB.
All right, y'all, we out. Thank y'all for tuning into The Real Room. Peace.